Thanks for joining us for KARE 11 News at noon. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. We were just talking about that. And with just a few hours left to get home on time, we're breaking down what travel looks like in our area right now. We're also getting a sneak peek of this year's European Christmas market. But first, I know a lot of people are probably thinking about the weather.
Yeah, what's interesting is the vast majority of us not going to see any problems traveling both today and tomorrow. I want to show you radar right now. Radar is picking up on some returns, mainly across west central and southwestern Minnesota, where a quick dusting of snow is possible. So if your travels take you down the Minnesota River Valley, say upstream from Mankato, that's where you might find some slippery conditions. I want to zoom in closer to the metro. Not much happening for most of us. However, if you have traveled or are planning on traveling, 169 near the Minnesota River, just east of Shakopee, we are noticing some very localized areas of some accumulating snowfall. Take a look at this. This is 169 in Old Shakopee Road. Mainly from earlier this morning, you can see snow fell, covered the roads, especially the shoulders, traffic moving along smooth. But what's interesting is this is the only place in the entire metro area where we're seeing accumulating snow. So it's extremely localized, and we're still trying to figure out exactly what caused that snow. How about that? Most of us are just going to see an overcast day today with a few flurries from time to time, but shouldn't see any problems on the roads, and temperatures warming up into the upper 20s to near 30 degrees. A few flurries tomorrow as well, then turning much colder heading into Black Friday, followed by Arctic air all weekend long. Wind chill value likely hanging out near zero for a good chunk of this weekend. We'll talk more about this cold turkey forecast coming up, Cece.
Yeah, take it easy as you head out this afternoon. Thanks, Ben. Well, to the skies now. Today is expected to be the busiest travel day of the week for people flying in and out of MSP. Michelle Beck has tips on how to navigate that traffic.
I'm asking passengers how they best save time and money during what airport officials call the busiest day of travel this Thanksgiving.
It is a learning curve for us because we haven't traveled with both of them, but walking fast.
Check in ahead of time and travel light. Just a carry-on bag, and it's amazing for me to be able to do that.
Yeah, she overpacks.
So here are my tips. Cut down some time by ordering ahead on meals. Terminal 2 has 6 different options for mobile ordering. You can also save a few minutes if you're getting dropped off, because fairly new in Terminal 2 is a second floor purple ramp express lane. That takes you to this skyway and is protected by a roof, so you're clear from rain or snow. Hey, and if you're driving here yourself and leaving your car behind, try reserving a parking spot. That way you're guaranteed that spot, plus you could even pay less for it. An airport spokesperson told me you could save up to $8 a day, but it does come down to factors like how soon you book before the flight and what day of the week you fly.
We haven't had any instances where we have turned people away, so I think that's good. But you want that peace of mind to go ahead and try and arrange that parking, so it's one less thing you have to worry about.
Also a big one when it comes to saving money, bring that reusable water bottle. I checked the convenience store downstairs this morning, and those water bottles cost anywhere between $3 and nearly $6. At MSP, Michelle Beck, KARE 11 News.
Some good tips there. Thanks to Michelle for that. Well, AAA expects millions of people to hit the road over the next couple of days. If you're driving and want to beat that traffic, experts say the busiest time on the roads is actually coming up in about an hour. If you want to skip that rush, they say to leave after 5 tonight. If you're driving to or from any holiday parties, the State Patrol officers are urging you to have a safe ride planned. Extra DWI enforcement is underway right now. The patrols will be increased every weekend from now through New Year's Eve. New details into our newsroom just minutes ago are clearing up some questions linked to a close race in the Minnesota election earlier this month. As we've reported, the number of people who checked in to vote early absentee in person at Shakopee City Hall is 21 more than the number of ballots collected from there. Scott County officials now say a preliminary investigation found that it was likely linked to a human error during the collection of ballots. Minnesota House Republicans say they plan to file an election contest lawsuit in the close race in House District 54A, saying the ballots could change the election's outcome, which was only decided by 15 votes. This is a story we will continue to cover with more information coming up tonight at 5. Well, if you live in North Minneapolis, you'll need to choose a new representative for the city council next year. Jeremiah Ellingson is saying he's not running for re-election. Ellison represents the 5th Ward and says it's time for someone else to lead the North Side. The son of Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison was elected to the council back in 2017 All Minneapolis City Council seats and the mayor will be on the ballot next year. Turning to world news now, a ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon's Hezbollah group is now in effect. It means fighting along the country's border has come to an end. Here's the latest from Jerusalem.
The ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah has been in effect since 4 a.m. local time in both countries, and so far it appears to be holding with only some minor skirmishes in the southern part of Lebanon. Now, the Lebanese military will be taking over from the Israeli military. It has 60 days to withdraw from southern Lebanon, and Hezbollah is expected, according to the terms of this agreement, to move north of the Litani River. In Lebanon, there was bumper-to-bumper traffic with thousands of displaced Lebanese heading back to their homes in the southern part of the country. In many cases, though, they will find their homes and towns destroyed. According to an NBC News investigation, some 5,600 structures in the area that the Israeli military occupied have been leveled. And in Israel, a recent poll indicates that about a third of Israelis support the idea of a ceasefire with Hezbollah right now, while a third is opposed to it. Hala Gorani, NBC News, Jerusalem.
Well, President-elect Donald Trump has now named James Greer to be the next U.S. trade representative. He held a related position in Trump's first term. It comes as the future president announces tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China. This afternoon, we're learning more about the potential impacts on your wallet. Many of the things you buy at stores like Target and Walmart are imported. Experts say the proposed 25% tariff for Canada and Mexico and 35% for China would almost certainly result in higher prices for consumers. Now, it wouldn't happen right away, with many companies stockpiling their goods ahead of time. But once those run out, a few months down the line, the price increases would start to hit.
It's not the foreign producer that pays this tax, but instead it's the domestic company that's actually importing the good. When American companies have to import these goods at higher rates or with higher tariffs, they're going to pass most of those prices on to American consumers.
And it's not just imports that would be affected. Minnesota is the fourth largest agricultural exporting state. If those countries decided to impose retaliatory tariffs, it would impact U.S. businesses who export to other countries. New data today from the Commerce Department shows inflation is moving in the wrong direction. It comes down to the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index. The marker is one of the most commonly used tools by the Federal Reserve to gauge inflation. Last month, it rose more than 2% in comparison to last year. Experts say housing prices are one of the key factors from keeping inflation from stabilizing. Well, we have new details on the cuts coming to the state's largest school district, tackling a $26 million budget shortfall. The Anoka Hennepin School Board agreed to cut about $14 million from its central office alone. That's nearly 250 jobs. That includes a complete overhaul of the district's leadership that nearly slashes the superintendent's cabinet in half. While the board's latest decision delays cutting any teachers for about a year, staff worries that leaves them with little support.
Those are a lot of folks who are doing some of the medium and long-term strategic planning and implementation work that is so important. You don't want to put the work of all of that on the backs of teachers who are just trying to do their job.
Other central office cuts include learning specialists and volunteer service coordinators. That will be coming by spring. Well, it's just hours to go until Thanksgiving. If you have any last-minute grocery shopping to do, you'll want to get it done today, because tomorrow a lot of stores will be closed for the holiday. Target, Walmart, and Best Buy won't be open on the holiday, so employees have the day to celebrate with family and friends. Lund's and Byerly's, Kowalski's, Trader Joe's, and Aldi will also be closed. You also won't be able to get to Costco or Sam's Club. If you do need something, most Cub Food locations will be open until 4 p.m. tomorrow. You can find a full list of which stores are open and closed on KARE11.com. Well, let's look ahead to Friday. The shopping opens up, and that includes at the European Christmas Market at the Union Depot over in St. Paul. Audrey Russo brings us a sneak peek at what we can expect.
We are a little less than 48 hours away from the opening of the European Christmas Market here at Union Depot. And if the opening on Friday is anything like today, bundle up because it is chilly out here. This is the 11th year of the Christmas market, and they've got some new things to enjoy. They've expanded the South Village by 30% because they've got so many vendors who want to take part in the event this year. They're also extending their hours on Fridays from 11 to 9 p.m. to give people more time to explore during the mornings. The event runs every weekend from Friday until December 22nd, so it's a great opportunity to get a jump on some of your holiday shopping.
People come with all this energy and they enjoy walking around with their warm drinks and supporting the small businesses that the vendors represent.
If you want more information, you can head to stpaulchristmasmarket.org. They've got more information on where to park, some of the deals that they have, all the different things you can enjoy as we officially start the holiday season. Back to you.
Well, that looks like a lot of fun. You're gonna have to check that out. Well, another resource is coming to the Twin Cities that could save lives. It's a specialized pharmacy bringing easier access to our community. When we come back, we're sitting down with leaders of the Aliveness Project to talk about where it can help and how it came together. And Ben, we're excited for you to come back at 12:15.
Yeah, excited to talk about cold weather?
No.
Yes.
Excited to see you.
Yes. Lots of snowmaking happening at our ski resorts as well as ice on the area lakes. We'll talk about how cold this weekend's going to get after this.